Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another engine build basically video and engine update video on the Supra. I'm at Mark's Extreme Engines here with a couple of 2JZs in the background. This is Gary Goodin's block. I'm going to try and point to it. And then this is my block here. So yeah, obviously a lot been done since last time we've been out here and we've done an engine update for you. So I'm going to go through and explain a few bits, or try and think of and remember all the things that have been done as I'm talking it through to you. This is just it's an awesome little workshop place to be, because I say lots of 2JZs, RB26, 8-second, 7-second car builds in here, as well as mine, which probably effectively, if I was into drag racing and that is what I was doing, the potential in my block is probably as good as, well, not the block, actually block potential is crazy, probably 6-second range if you could do all the right things to kind of give you the recipe that would do that. But mine's not going to be, like I say, it's built for about 2,000 horsepower level, but my turbo will flow a max of somewhere close to 1,300 horsepower. In theory, in my chassis, with the weight that I've got my car at, with the 6-speed, my car would probably have a potential of a low 9-second quarter mile. On a glory run somehow, if you could get the stars to align, it potentially could be a late 8-second car. Crazy, but I'm not saying that's going to be, but it's definitely would be or could be a low 9-second car for sure. It takes some doing. But that would be the potential of the block and the car with all the amazing mods that we've got on the car. Anyway, I'm going to flip this round and talk to you a bit about all the modifications or the extra bits that have been done on the motor since we last spoke. So yeah, like I say, this is Gary Goodin's car. Or engine that's going in his Supra. If you don't follow the guys at Team Extreme and Mark's Extreme Engines, I'll put some links in the bio to where these guys run with this, his motor and his Supra, and his Skyline's out there. Probably can't quite see out there, but you would have seen the VT earlier on. Yeah, like I say, this is I think Gary's best ET is somewhere around a 7.5 second run. They're building this motor now to try and push for low sevens and potentially in the 6-second range. So 6 seconds is the goal. It's concrete filled block. I'm not gonna, I think it's still 3 litre. Beautiful new powerhouse racing cam gears. They are lush. I've got the Titan Motorsport ones on mine. Probably see Titan Motorsport. They're the Gen 2 ones, which are updated. They did. I think the Gen ones used to have a bit of a problem. Yeah, this, like I say, built 3 litre block, high compression block, concrete fill. Obviously drag racing block only. Mine is definitely not a concrete fill. So since the last time we've been here, like I say, you can see the motor looks absolutely sexy. Sump put on there. I've got a little update video for some of the new parts that have gone on the car. There's a Tomy race baffle oil gated sump in the bottom of that, all painted up and looking beautiful. Car's been all timed up and everything, because obviously the motor and the block has been fully assembled with the diamond with the DLC moly coat on the pistons. So Diamond HD pistons and a BC 625 Custom Plus rods. Combination of basically pistons and con rods that can take around 2,000 horsepower plus. They have the hardened DLC coating on the piston ring, so the cam rings, wrist pins. And the ARP 625's rod bolts as well as custom 625 bolts on the head as well. Every bit is basically all custom age 625 hardware, the same as the main bearings as well, sorry, the main bolts as well. 625 custom age. This has billet mains motor, and this time round we've got some lovely BC cam bolts, and we have completely changed the head, so it has a custom race port with pocket port, flowed head, hand done jobby, so no CNC port. Actually, some people love CNC porting. The danger of CNC porting is it's done on a bit of software, so it can unalign or mill some sections. So some people don't like CNC porting. I prefer hand porting, in my opinion, for those exact reasons. Things can go a little bit wrong. You can't go wrong with someone who's in the know when they do beautiful custom hand pocket porting and polishing. So this is kind of what they call a stage 3 stage 4 kind of head. Very high level head. A lot of hours, man hours to machine the ports and everything on both sides. A little bit more on the other side, but yeah, hard to see actually with the there. But everything looks like, if you see a standard 2J head, they do flow very, very well out the factory. But there's a lot of kind of hard raised edges that will not aid in flow very well at all. So if you can just see now, like I say, they're not mirror finished. That can take a lot more time. There's actually very little benefit to going to the extreme of where they have almost like a mirror finish. Weirdly, these days some people do rough them up and do the old golf ball ports, because obviously it can flow even more, but that does seriously cost some serious wedge because it's extreme amount of time to do so. But if you can see, if anyone knows or has seen the stock 2J head, you'll know that there's a lot of horrible hard edges, and like I say, there's a lot of lovely machine work gone into this head, which is awesome. So going on the top side, like I say, Titan Motorsport cam gears. Built head for rear competition spec valves. Stock size, we didn't go oversized because we don't need to go down that route. It'd probably be something that I might do in the future. Beehive coils from GSC with titanium valve springs retainers. For rear competition spec valves. Titanium springs retainers. And yeah, like I say, beehive coils. So I went beehive so we can kind of up the RPM a lot more and nice and safely, so we can push the turbo right to the edge of its efficiency, and we can keep the valve train nice and harmonically balanced and careful and sweet. We've changed from a GSC S1 cam, which is a mild to wildish kind of cam, somewhere in between, to going with an extremely wild BC stage 4, which is basically it's a 276 10.29 276 on both sides, so intake and exhaust. As extreme as you need to go before you need some serious clearancing on here. But they are very wild, and they seem to make all the jam that they need to. In other words, it seems to be something that Jay Meager and the guys at Real Street all use at the moment. These are the absolute killer king ding-a-ling of cam at the moment. This side of crazy drag cams, which are no good really for what I'm after. This is the most extreme but decent mental cam that you would want to go for street, race, track, VMAX use. It's a good all-round package, and that's why I've decided to go with this. Lots of other a few other little bits on there. I've got a nice new water pump flange going on there. Cleaned up new water pump. We've got the Powerhouse Racing modified oil pump on there, and there's so many other bits and bobs that are on there as well. We have changed from a shimmed bucket to a shimless bucket setup, so it takes a lot of setting up. You have to buy these shimless buckets, and then they may need a tiny bit of machine work just to get them spot on. Everything's all been set up with everything on there to now run shimless buckets. Again, it is to allow us to up the RPM rev limit, and yeah, like I say, everything is pretty much ready to go. Yeah, like I say, I'm so excited because we're literally at a point where there's just a crank pulley that just needs to be machined to go on there. It's an ATI, brand new one, but obviously needs to be custom machined just to get it spot on. And then that will go on the end of that motor. Obviously the beautiful billet Powerhouse Racing rocker covers will go on with the custom baffle setup from Powerhouse Racing as well. That'll be sealed, and we'll pop the engine into the hole, into the bay. Yeah, basically I'm going to arrange to get the car down to the whole chassis, the whole car, down to the guys at Mark's Extreme Engines in the coming week or next week, and they'll probably start fitting the motor next week. So yeah, we're getting really close. So it'll then be just a bit of custom pipe work, rewiring up a few things, tidying up some things so we can wire tuck, because that's the plan. And other than that, it's going to be pretty much ready to go. So we're getting so close, guys. I did say it wouldn't be too long. I've said it many a time, but I can say it in a bit more confidence. There may be some niggles and some issues on, you know, startup and things like that. We don't know. It should all go, you know, relatively to plan, but you've got to be ready for a few things to potentially not go spot on. So there may be some wiring issues. We've got some new custom stuff going on there, so that can be where we have some kind of sensor issues. So look out for a video in a moment. I'm going to give you a small little update on some of the hidden bits or things on the side I've been fitting to the car that you don't know about, that I've kept quiet, that you may have seen on my Insta stories. But there'll be a video coming up of that. Guys, if you have got any questions, please hit us up in the comment section at any time, because we love answering your questions about the build or anything else. So yeah, hit us up. And yeah, like I say, small little filler video and an update on the Supra's motor and what's going on with that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.